This is how I built my minimal life in Baja. Hey there, Steve here, a broke millionaire. So I grew up poor, got rich before I was 30, and then really hated the lifestyle and wanted to find something more fulfilling. So I spent the last 20 years trying to figure that out, and this is what I talk about on this channel. But today we got something a little bit different. Today is going to be a little bit of a tour of my minimal off-grid life, how much it costs, and how much I love it. So let's get into it. This is how I built my minimal life in Baja, starting with the trailer. So I got down here, I drove someone else's RV down here, and the land was just raw land. And so we had to clean out and basically like dig up some of the bushes and create areas to live in. And then I went to San Diego and bought a trailer. This trailer, it's a 30-foot Fun Finder. And then I built this shade structure, which is super ghetto. I built it myself. These give it a little bit of shade from the sun, and the air underneath these shades is much cooler because it's sunny here a lot, which is great, but in the summer it gets pretty hot. So I wanted to be able to stay here on the land as long as possible in the hot summer without using air conditioning. So the shades work pretty well for keeping it cool longer, and then the ocean breeze also helps as well. Let's go in and take a look. Before we go in, this is like the outdoor eating area with the shade here. So if people come over, we hang out there. And then this is my load of surfboards. The one thing I want to say is that with a minimal life and with the fact that I rarely ever work, I don't have a lot of money, thus the broke millionaire. So what I do is I only buy used, repaired surfboards because I love surfing and I go out and learn to surf. I've only been surfing for 2 years, so I'm not very good at it. But used surfboards that have been broken like this one and that have issues like this one, $250, $250. Most surfboards cost like $700 to $800. And so when you're learning and you're trashing your board while you're learning, why buy a new surfboard? So in here, so this is the trailer. You'll notice that there's actually 2 sliders on this. So it gives a lot more wider space than a typical trailer, which I really liked, which is one of the reasons why I bought this one. And also that they had sort of remodeled it and repainted it so it looked more like almost like a regular apartment. And then here we've got the bedroom with the mural on the wall. And then I've got my little Mexican built couch here, do my reading, drink my chai. The bathroom, which I actually don't use because I built bathrooms and showers out there because the showers in RVs are typically small and I wanted a big one. You'll see it in a minute, it's huge. So I used the shower area actually as extra storage. This costs $17,000 US. And then the solar system that I built, which I'm going to show you, costs $3,000 US to run everything, the Starlink, the fridge, the full electricity for the unit. So total all in $20,000 to have a RV off-grid full power. These wires lead up to the 2 solar panels. I think they're 350, 400, almost 400 watts. And they plug into an inverter controller here, 2 batteries, and then the inverter comes straight out this, and it plugs right into the shore power there to power the whole thing. So really simple setup. Now we're gonna go to the washrooms. And then the only permanent thing that I've built on the land right now are the washrooms and showers. And so they run on a biodigester, which is a septic kind of system there. And the showers are big, amazing, and good. The showers also run on a 100-watt solar panel that runs into a motorcycle battery that I put in there, and it powers the motor. It's like an RV water pump that pumps the water from the 2 tanks in through the whole system. And then also there's a propane tank, and then the power for igniting the propane as soon as you turn on the hot water warms it up as well. So the whole system is flipped on. It pumps like that. You can hear it like that, and it's pumping water in the system, and you're good to take a shower or use the toilet, and that noise will go off in like 2 minutes. And taking a shower during the day is amazing because there's no roof on these, so you get full sun. It's awesome. Now let's head to the beach. I bought this land with 2 other partners. The land fronts on an arroyo and then the ocean and the beach. And so what we get with this land is a lot of extra land that you can't develop on or put any permanent structures, like this arroyo, which is basically a dried riverbed. And so we get a nice little path down to the beach. The cost for me to buy a piece of land and live on a beach here was a whopping $40,000 land purchase. And so you add that to what I spent on the RV, and then you add in excess, the cost of building the outdoor washrooms was around like $8,000 to $10,000. So you're looking at somewhere around $70,000 or $80,000 for everything. And then the only thing I have to pay for outside of that is water, which is like $40 every 3 months to get it trucked in. And then there's Starlink, the internet service, the satellite internet service from our good buddy Elon. Thank you very much, Elon. It's around, I think it's around $50 or $60 a month. And then gasoline. And the nearest town is 10 to 12 minutes away. And there's about, I think there's about 10,000 people there. So it's still a small town, but there's groceries and everything right up the highway. So it's a very inexpensive place to live, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the weather is warm all year round and comfortable, except it gets really, really spicy hot at the end of July, August, and September. And so that's when you need air conditioning. And so right now, all I do when it gets spicy hot like that is I actually just go rent a place with air conditioning. And it's really cheap because no one is around, because this is a tourist area and people aren't coming here in the summer as much. And so there's lots of places that you can rent with air conditioning that are relatively cheap. And then I just come back after that and live on the land once again. I probably shouldn't have told you that, because you probably thought of, oh my God, he's out there all year round living in the sweltering heat. What a beast. No, it's not the case. I'm from Canada. I'm used to cold. I'm not used to super hot. And I tried to live out here without air conditioning for as long as I could the first summer that I spent here. And I thought I was going to die. So not doing that anymore. Anyway, we're just about to get to the beach. Hey there, before we go any further, if you like these videos, then please share them with anyone else that you think would enjoy them and benefit from them. And also, if you want to support the channel, then you can just go to the below to the thanks button, click that, and that will help me keep making more in-depth videos in this realm. And I really appreciate your support. So let's get back to it. And here we are at our beach. And usually it's 100% empty, but today our neighbors are yoga teacher training. And so when they end their yoga teacher training, they come out and they do a circle in the sunset. And they do some kind of ceremonial stuff. And then they graduate and they become yoga teachers, and they go out there and they make people stretch all over the world. But as you can see, it's a wide open, beautiful beach. That nearest town, which is the surf town, is Cerritos, which is right down there. And I go there to go surfing. The beach is amazing. It's a good family beach. And it's, yeah, it's great for swimming. And out here on our beach, half of the time, it's really good for swimming. And the other half of the time, you got to be a good swimmer, because we're on the Pacific Ocean, and the waves are powerful, and they can come in, and even small Pacific waves can like smash like people who don't weigh a lot or who are not good swimmers. Otherwise, it's just great to sit out here and watch the sunset. So if you have any questions about this, I'm obviously not trying to sell you on living here or anything like that, because it actually, it's a different country. It takes a certain level of, I want to get the hell out of the first world and everything that the first world has, including all of the conveniences of the first world, because you'll find here in Baja that there's just a lot of things that you can't buy and get delivered to your door. And there are a lot of modern conveniences that we don't have here that force you, and I love it, in a way to recycle, to make use of things, to not buy a lot of things because you don't have a lot of space for stuff as well. Like, I really love that, but it took me a while to adjust to that style of living. Yeah, I want to stay here forever until I die because I really like the lifestyle. It's slow, it's calmer, there's less consumption, and you really get to enjoy life. So that's it for now. Any questions, comments, put them below. I will try and answer them. If I haven't answered anything at all, if you have any questions about moving to Baja or about living here that I haven't covered, then put those in as well. Love to answer them. Thanks for watching.